Halo 6 was not at E3 this year, but if you're still holding out hope that the game will be shown off later this year, maybe at Gamescom or PAX, you best give it up. Apparently 343 Industries have no plans of revealing the next Halo game anytime soon. It's been made clear that we won't be talking about Halo's next major title for quite some time. And no, that doesn't mean Gamescom or PAX. Trust us, when we're ready to begin pulling back that proverbial curtain, you'll know. It won't be soon though. The developer said on a blog post at Halo Waypoint, Halo 5 Guardians released in 2015 on the Xbox One. Since then, there hasn't been a peep about the franchise regarding mainline games, not even a PC port. Admittedly, Halo Wars 2 was released earlier this year, but that's not the game that Halo fans are waiting for. Maybe 343 Industries will want to take their time with this game to overhaul the franchise significantly. True cross-platform play is a big major deal, and we've already seen Microsoft, Nintendo, and PC all jump in by allowing full cross-platform play across the Xbox, Switch, and PC for games like Minecraft and Rocket League. The last holdout is Sony, who will allow PS4 to play with PC, but not with Xbox or Switch. When asked for a reason, Sony's Jim Ryan said that this was to protect children from unsavory elements on other platforms, which was not only a ridiculous sentiment to begin with, as if there are no unsavory elements on PSN, but also made no sense since Sony already allows cross-platform play with PC, which is the most unmoderated platform there is. Rocket League developer Psyonix seems to agree with that sentiment. Speaking to VentureBeat, Psyonix's Jeremy Dunham said, "I understand that stance. We want to take care of our players. But from our perspective, if PlayStation already allows cross-network with PC, which is the least regulated of any of the partners, then in theory, having Xbox and Switch in there should be fine. They're a lot more regulated. From our perspective, that concern is already handled. That's taken care of. Our dream is that true cross-network play, we want it on all the platforms. It's very important to us for multiple reasons. One, you can have faster matchmaking. The bigger the pool, the faster the matchmaking. It benefits everybody. 2, you get better quality opponents. In a bigger pool, you have better people who are closer to your location." We agree with him word for word. Nothing about Sony's stance makes any sense. This is making them look pretty bad, and we hope they come around sooner or later. Rocket League is available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, with a Nintendo Switch version coming this holiday season. The one thing above all that Microsoft has been criticized for repeatedly over the last 16 years that they've been in the gaming industry has been for their repeated failure to invest in a stable state of in-house exclusives and first-party content. When you buy a PlayStation and Nintendo, you can be assured of quality exclusive content coming for those platforms. In fact, the exclusives are why you buy them. With Xbox, there is no such assurance. This is most apparent at Microsoft's E3 conference this year, where there was the announcement of one new exclusive in Ori and the Will of the Wisps, technically 2, since Forza 7 hadn't been announced previously, but come on now. However, speaking to Waypoint, Xbox head Phil Spencer said that there are many more Xbox exclusives coming. They're just 2 to 3 years away, and he doesn't feel like there's any point showing them this early. Our first party is a critical part of that equation. "Yesterday, I know people want to see what we're investing in new," Spencer said. "We're investing in new things. We signed things just recently that I thought, hey, from a PR standpoint, it will be really easy for me to put a trailer on screen. But then I know the game is not coming for another 2.5 or 3 years, so I didn't want to do that." He also preempts the argument that knowing there's a stream of exclusives coming would breed and engender confidence in the Xbox as a whole. I understand some people would say, hey, that would give me confidence in the future of Xbox. That's a cheesy line, but I'll just say, trust that this is important to us as a platform. From the top CEO of the company down, if you talk to Satya Nadella, he would say, I understand, we need to invest in content in the gaming space. This is important and we're going to invest. We have Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, Lucky's Tale, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, but I know what you're talking about. Big AAA console games. I hear that and I'm committed to that. Today I want to talk about things that if you're going to buy the console, you'll be able to play, but I'll continue to work to deliver games. We did on platform and backwards compatibility, and we will do this on the first party as well. It is critically important. One of the main problems with Spencer's assurances is that we've heard them before. We've heard them from him and from his predecessors. Microsoft has sworn up and down that first party is important to it and that it will be doubling down on it. But here we stand today with the most diminished Microsoft's first party has ever been. So I understand that people aren't willing to trust him yet. Fans at Microsoft's E3 2017 presser were quite pleased to hear that original Xbox titles, that is the very first Xbox's games, would be backwards compatible on the Xbox One later this year. Crimson Sky's High Road to Revenge was quoted as one such title that was coming. but the library may not be nearly as extensive as the Xbox 360's backward compatible library. Xbox boss Phil Spencer told Giant Bomb at E3 2017 that in getting the original Xbox's games to work on Xbox One proved more challenging than Xbox 360. There's also the issue with rights, and he basically said that in terms of selection, it won't be as big as Xbox 360. I'll tell people that. What Xbox games eventually do support backwards compatibility on the Xbox One remains to be seen. Currently, there are some 390 Xbox 360 titles that are supported on the Xbox One. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned for more information. If you feel like the Sony E3 2017 conference didn't have as many new announcements as last year, then you're not alone. However, it's not like the company has nothing to show. According to Shuhei Yoshida, Sony Worldwide Studios president for SIE, the company purposely withheld a few things. Speaking to Indonesian site Jagged Play, when asked if something bigger would be coming at Tokyo Game Show or PlayStation Experience, Yoshida said, "We have no plans to talk about, but there are things we have held. We chose not to show during this E3. Of course, there will be some more news coming out of our teams later this year." Though Sony's conference didn't have a lot of new announcements, save for the remake of Shadow of the Colossus and Monster Hunter World, it still had a lot of great games, like Spider-Man, Days Gone, God of War, Detroit Become Human, and so on. Curious about The Last of Us Part 2 not being at E3? According to director Neil Druckmann, the focus is on Uncharted: The Lost Legacy for now. Responding on Twitter, Druckmann said, "Believe me, we're super excited to show you more of Ellie and Joel's second journey, but right now it's Chloe and Nadine's time to shine." The Last of Us Part 2 was confirmed at Sony's PlayStation Experience last year, and we've had scant bits of information ever since. With Uncharted: The Lost Legacy out in August, it seemed right to expect more information at E3 2017. Maybe this year's PlayStation Experience will offer more details? What are your thoughts on not seeing The Last of Us Part 2 at E3 2017? Let us know in the comments. Though Microsoft has enough games in development for the Xbox One, even if they're not quite as impressive as Sony's first-party support, its decision to cancel Platinum Games' Scalebound still resonates among fans. While speaking to GameWatch, Xbox head Phil Spencer finally discussed why the game's development was discontinued. According to Spencer, Microsoft and Platinum learned a lot from each other while developing Scalebound. In Spencer's opinion, Scalebound was announced way too early. Platinum works to create large games that rival anything in terms of size and scale, but with this early announcement, the pressure mounted and obstacles got in the way. Soon, both companies were unsure if the game could deliver on what fans wanted. Thus, the decision was made to cancel it. Spencer expressed his disappointment and said he respects the developer, even hoping to work with director Hideki Kamiya again in the future. He describes the whole ordeal as a learning exercise. This doesn't mean that Scalebound will return, sadly. It must be tough being Bethesda's Pete Hines, not just because he's VP of PR and marketing at the company, but because every year, when a particular game isn't shown, he has to tell people why. Before 2015, that was Fallout 4. From 2016 onwards, it's been The Elder Scrolls 6. Hines spoke to Jeff Keighley after the Bethesda E3 conference, and when asked about The Elder Scrolls 6, he revealed that there are two big projects releasing before that. Once they're out, the development would commence on the next Elder Scrolls. I tried to manage expectations for folks, but Bethesda has major things that they're working on in addition to a lot of other stuff. They're hard at work, and they have a lot going on. Bethesda will get to The Elder Scrolls 6 when these two projects, described as big multi-platform releases, are out. Hines said once again, though, that The Elder Scrolls 6 is not in development. What are your thoughts on all this, and how did you find E3 this year? Let us know in the comments below. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.